There are three things that make us quit, that make us take failure as a final destination. So, as I'm growing, as I'm getting used to this life, I have realized to these three things. So, stick around so you can get information on how to overcome your failure process. I've been a victim of starting things, sometimes I don't finish them, and I've been a victim of uh, not believing in my abilities. I've been a victim of incorporating a wrong character for what I am destined to be, or what I think I'm destined to be. So let's go and let's, you know, unwrap all these things. So firstly, it's your belief. What you believe is very, very, very important. So there are so many beliefs around money, around success. If you believe that successful people are evil, then you won't be successful. It's just impossible. And here in South Africa, we have the narrative that most rich people batwele, which is, I don't know. I don't have to get into that because I don't know. But that belief about money, about success, about having what you desire, that belief, money is bad, that belief is one of the things that is holding you back, period. That thing is holding you in a way that you don't know. Most of the time, people don't know that we operate subconsciously more than consciously. So what I've learned, that most of the thoughts that we think is the thought that we have the previous day. 80% or 90% of the thoughts that we are having on daily basis is the thoughts that we had on previous day. So that's why mostly our behavior it's predictable, because the thought pattern. You understand me? So we operate subconsciously. When we say we operate subconsciously, to those who don't know, we operate on belief. We operate on what we believe we are, what we tell ourselves, what our subconscious knows about ourselves. Okay, when we're playing a mind game, you can sound smart, you can have these thoughts, these whatever, but when it's time for action, you become a person who trembles, who procrastinates, who doesn't finish things, who, you know, who's just all around. It's because of that. It's because of the belief. So first, straighten up your belief about your success. Make sure you minimize the voices or people who don't aspire to be what you want to be. That's number one. And number two, obviously, is your character. So who you act to be is who you are. So if you act as the person who sees life as these shots, it's an act. Shots, you can act on that shot. If you see this life as these shots, then it's a different thing, because that's where you start things and not finish them. Because after a certain after a certain dopamine flash happens, you always want to get that highness. If you don't get it, if you receive failures, you quit and start another thing to receive the same highness again and again and again and again. Then in long term, you realize that you've you've wasted your life in these shots. But if you start looking at the life as you start looking at the life as this long spiritual unveiling, this long mental unveiling, then you will realize for sure that all those setbacks, all those failures are part of one thing. They are connected to one greater thing that will keep you going. That will keep you going. You should incorporate that in your character. That will keep you going. That's for sure. And lastly is perspective. Perspective. How we really look at things determine what's our next move, because of our mind is gonna give us a solution based on the information we have, based on what we perceive. So for an example, if you perceive yourself as a person who's not worthy to be successful because your father wasn't successful or your family wasn't successful, then it shall be. But if you see as yourself as this person who will be successful because your father wasn't successful, you see your father crawled so you can walk, or even fly, or even run and fly. So you start to realize that there's no way that I can come this far just to come this far. So these are the three things that you can fix. In fact, you should cut everything and focus on these things. Focus on your belief, on what do you believe about the money, your character. How do you act? Do you act as a person that you see yourself as? And perspective. Do you see yourself as this constant victim of injustices of the world? Do you see yourself as a victim of racism? You see yourself as a victim of poverty? Do you see yourself as a victim every time? Or do you see yourself as a warrior who's facing these hurdles and boundaries to get to his destination? If you see yourself as a victim, go ahead, be a victim. If you see yourself as a conqueror, as a warrior, as a leader who needs to get through the fire, go. So you have that mental capacity to be that. So I hope you understand. And if you've reached this far, please like, subscribe, because it means you really understood, or you really want to understand what I want to say and what I want to portray to you, so you can be a better person. So I'm out.